Alright, fellow tubers, it's time for a quick look at the hero Janus in Smite. He's a magical hero, and his first passive is one that just increases his magic scaling as he goes through portals. He can make portals, which is his first skill. It banishes the player that goes through it. You can also send yourself through it, and more or less you fall through the portal and then out the other side. And you can take damage if you line it up vertically, or you can go through walls, that sort of thing. Then we have his little unstable vortex, which is his direct damage spell. Good cooldown. It's a little hard to aim because it wobbles. It does like a figure eight. And then threshold is a line on the ground, which slows targets and then causes them to take, I guess, I don't really know what scaling is, but take additional magic damage from your other magic spells. So potentially pretty useful. I don't know that I got the hang of it in this game very well or not. And the ultimate is just a direct damage. It scales really strong after a certain range, I think 800, but kind of hard to land. There's a really big windup for it. So yeah, those are his abilities, kind of support with some damage opportunities. Let's hop in a game. Alright, time to get into the game here and take a look at Janus. So my first impressions, just from looking at the spells, I haven't played him at all before, is that he's going to be kind of a more of a support hero. I don't really think he's going to be quite like some of the other damage dealing supports where he just can blow people up. Granted, I could be completely wrong. This gameplay video will show if I don't do completely terribly. And if I do terribly, perhaps it will show you what not to do. So that's an example of the other Janus giving me a portal here. And kind of a cool spell. I don't know if they just wanted to incorporate the game portal into Smite, and so they figured they'd make a hero that could do that. But in hindsight here, after having reviewed this and again dubbing the audio over afterwards, my learning curve for this hero versus Muzen Cobb is a lot steeper. Wasn't quite figuring out how the combos worked very well. Was getting ganked by some of their single target DPS, auto attack heroes pretty badly. The best combo that I am thinking about now after the fact is using the portal, putting someone through it, and then you're hitting them with your ult or your little direct damage. If you have the time and aren't going to get destroyed by teammates, you could throw, or their teammates, you could throw down the portal, put your little scaling spell, the number 3 down there, hit them with your 2 damage spells after that, and you would do a substantial amount of damage. But that's all in the essence of time, and as fun as combos are, the longer combos get, the harder it is to, get them off. Right there, that spell though, that ult you saw, you can use the portal to get yourself out of that. Dropping yourself through the portal will get you out of the pull of the ult. So I haven't tried it on Ares, but I'm assuming it will also get you out of Ares' ult. But yeah, pretty difficult learning curve. Not quite sure if this guy is 100% support or 100% damage. The way I played him wasn't really either, kind of a combination of it. I'll go ahead and cut out all my death footage here, just so, because I died a few times, and that gets boring to watch the spectate cam, especially in the higher levels when it takes a long time to respawn. But I'll cut that out to try and maximize your guys' gaming viewage, and take a look. Hope you enjoy, and can either decide to get the hero on your own or figure out a build that would work for you, or how to play the character.
Slain. A mighty storm! Curse my tongue! An enemy has been slain. A new pressure. Get through this. Watch your step. Been slain. A new threshold. An ally has been slain. Through this. Minions have reached your fort. Well, ladies. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Through this. A mighty storm. Killing spree. Through this. Watch your step. A new threshold. Get through this. Watch your step. Well, ladies. Watch your step. Get through this.
Defeating the largest of the creatures in this jungle camp will cause it to drop a mana buff. The mana buff can be picked up by any member of your team for increased mana
Minions
regeneration
have reached
and
your
a
fort.
reduction of ability cooldowns for 2 minutes. This buff is good for any god or role.
They must.
So ultimately, I ended up really enjoying the Janus character. I was having a hell of a time getting the hang of him, as I'm sure you saw. And also I ran into some pretty big problems at the end game where I was just getting exploded by any of the auto attack characters. I ended up building him a bit more of just a 1-2 punch hero. I focused on magic damage and stuff like that to try and be able to hit hard. I think if I were to replay him, I would probably focus on a bit more survivability and utility and a little less, you know, power to blow people up, just because, as you saw, I didn't effectively blow people up even when focusing on that, but part of that is probably my numerosity. So yeah, ultimately, I like Janus. I would definitely play him again. I definitely need practice at him. But seems like a pretty useful character, especially if you have organized team fights. And maybe also in other game modes where you could use a portal to sneak through a wall and plant a gank on someone. That seems pretty effective as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please feel free to like or subscribe, and see you next time.